There was once a young man who had everything needed to succeed: dreams, talent, ideas. But one habit destroyed his future slowly without him noticing. Not laziness, not poverty, not lack of opportunity, just one dangerous sentence: "I'll start tomorrow." And by the time he realized what that habit had stolen from him, it was already too late. In a small village lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was known as, quote, the smart one. Whenever people talked about the future, his name always came up. "That boy will become great someday." Even the village teacher once told him, "You have a special mind. Don't waste it." And honestly, Daniel believed it too. He had dreams bigger than the village itself. He wanted to become successful. He wanted to help his struggling mother. He wanted to build a better life. Every night he imagined himself living differently. But there was one problem. Daniel loved dreaming more than doing. Every morning, Daniel woke up with new motivation. He would say, "Today, I'll start learning that skill." But then he would scroll through gossip, talk with friends, sleep again, walk around the village, watch others work. By evening, he would sigh and say, "No problem, tomorrow is still there." Tomorrow became a dangerous friend, because tomorrow always sounded safe. Tomorrow felt endless. One day, Daniel met an old carpenter repairing a broken chair outside his shop. The old man looked at him and asked, "Young man, what are you doing with your life?" Daniel smiled confidently. "I have big plans. I'll start soon." The old carpenter laughed quietly, not mockingly, sadly. Then he said something Daniel would never forget. "A man who keeps waiting for tomorrow eventually wakes up beside failure." Daniel didn't take the words seriously. He still believed he had time. Years began moving faster than Daniel expected. His friends started changing. One learned tailoring and opened a shop. Another moved to the city. One became a teacher. Another started a small business. Little by little, everyone was growing. Except Daniel. He was still talking, still planning, still saying, "I'll start soon." And the painful thing about procrastination is this. At first, it feels harmless. You don't notice the damage immediately, but slowly, it steals opportunities, it steals discipline, it steals confidence, and eventually, it steals belief in yourself. One evening, Daniel attended a celebration in the village. His childhood friends were sharing stories of their journeys. As they laughed together, someone asked Daniel, "So what have you been working on all these years?" For the first time in his life, Daniel had no answer. Not because he lacked intelligence, not because he lacked talent, but because he kept postponing his own future. That night, he couldn't sleep. He stared at the roof of his small room and realized something terrifying. Years had disappeared. Not in one day, not in 1 month, but little by little, through the habit of waiting. That is the danger of procrastination. It never arrives looking dangerous. It arrives looking comfortable. It whispers, "Rest first. You still have time. Start next week. One more day won't matter." But days become months. Months become years. And one day, many people wake up trapped inside a life they never planned for. Not because they failed, but because they never started. Truth is, success rarely comes from giant actions. It comes from small daily decisions. Reading a few pages, learning one skill, practicing consistently, starting before you feel ready. Most successful people were not more talented. They simply respected time. The next morning, Daniel woke up before sunrise. For the first time in years, he stopped talking about his dreams and finally began working on them. Slowly, imperfectly, one step at a time, because he finally understood something powerful. A better future is not built tomorrow. It is built today. So whoever is watching this, what dream have you been postponing? What have you been saying tomorrow to? Because time is moving, whether you move or not. And remember, the life you want is created by the actions you take daily, not the plans you keep delaying. If this story touched you, share it with someone who keeps waiting for the right time. And subscribe for more timeless stories of wisdom that change mindsets and inspire lives.